Good evening, welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share and like this video. So Kenya is a very interesting country. After every 5 years we have elections, and that is always the way it has always been, although some people try to extend the terms of the president. But usually when it goes to a referendum, most Kenyans reject. Kenyans are used after 5 years to have an election and the cycle continues. So today I'm going to talk about the future president of Kenya, an individual that is well known. Here I'm talking about Babu Owino, the Member of Parliament for Embakasi East, as a potential future president. He's young, I think he's around 36, he's a Gen Z, he's a person who's hardworking, he's a Pan-Africanism, he believes in the unity of Africa. Let me tell you, the Gen Z, there's something called Pan-Africanism. It was started by Nkrumah, the president of Ghana. Tom Mboya continued it. Even Raila has continued it. Be reading your history. I know the CBC, it's called what? It's called what? It's called the password curriculum does not have such things. So Babu Owino can make a good future president. He's a Pan-Africanism, he's hardworking, he's visionary, and all that. But you are surprised, I won't talk about Babu Owino. I want you to engage me. You are the viewer, my beloved viewer. I'm talking about if someone like me, Professor Maima, yes, becomes the president of Kenya, how would I make Kenya move from the current economic chaos or economic depression, because we're in an economic depression, and into economic growth. How will I move Kenya from economic depression to economic growth, whereby every Kenyan above 18 is rich and prosperous? In fact, engage me, I will say, my slogan will be utajiri kwa wote, prosperity for all. What is utajiri? Ability to have 3 square meals per day, free medical care, free education from nursery to university, having your own home, having a job, having a business, having a good hustle, not stealing, but earning money, no corruption in the country, people having the basics they have said, a house, a car, some assets, a land, this earth, everyone owning something in Kenya. I want every adult Kenyan to own a piece of land, whether it's an eighth, a quarter, a half, an acre. Our grandfathers, my grandparents, the generations, people owned hundreds of acres. Before that, our great-great-grandfathers owned thousands of acres. Our fathers, grandfathers, hundreds of acres. Our fathers, tens of acres. Ours, crickets, nothing. So our children will own zero. And there's so much land in this country. So what will be the manifesto of Professor Maima? My slogan is utajiri kwa wote, prosperity for all. Manifesto is number 1, I'll look at education. 5 key pillars: education, energy, healthcare, security, transport. That is my 5 pillars of my manifesto. Education, me, I'm a scholar, I've been teaching for over 20 years. I believe the only way you can change Kenya is to have the education revert back to 844 and make education free from nursery to university. They have said. And also bring back examination, KCP, standard 8, and also Form 4. But make it more inclusive, where you have also the learning, this coursework, and also the final exam that comes together, and people work together. So that come together in the sense that a student can be assessed, the assessment can be assessed for coursework and also can be assessed for the final exam. Final exam can be 60%, coursework 40%, so they give him a grade. Examination is good. Even in the so-called developed world like England, they have their exam. Why are we doing away with our exams? That makes competition. Although there's 100% transition, but there should be assessment. Someone cannot just go through school like a goat. We're not goats that we just move through school. No, goats just move through. If one crosses the road, they cross. So education should be free from nursery to university. All lecturers and teachers should be paid well. Minimum salary for a teacher. Anyone called a teacher, $1,000. Doesn't matter if you're teaching kindergarten, you're teaching high school, you're teaching university. The minimum a person should be paid is $1,000, 100,000 Kenya shillings. That is Professor Maima's promise as president. That's my first promise under education. More schools in the whole country. Abolishment of boarding schools, they have no use. Integration of virtual learning in our system, so people, if they're in the remote areas in this country, they can do virtual learning, and everyone should learn a mother tongue. There should be mother tongue in all schools. Apart from Kiswahili, if people are coming from an area, let's say central, they will learn their mother tongue. Nyanza, people in Nyanza will learn their mother tongue. Everyone there, it doesn't matter where you come from, learn the mother tongue of those people. Integrate everyone. Everyone learns Kiswahili and English, isn't it? But also everyone will learn mother tongue. If you're in Western, you learn Luya. If you're in Nyanza, you learn the local language. Because we want to integrate everyone. So that if someone is living from another community, living there, they also want to know their local community, their language. And also these vernaculars will also be taught at university, not just studying language. People will also have choices of vernaculars to study at university as a general course. Yes, must learn each other's language. Energy. Energy is a big problem in Kenya because of monopoly of the Kenya Power and Lightning. These days has become Kenya Power of Darkness, power blackouts all the time because of our monopoly. And we have other sources like geothermal. We have the wind energy. We have very many forms of energy that can be harnessed through private companies so that there's no monopoly. There's serious competition. And the reason I say this, where I come from, there's a village whereby private investors put up a solar plant and supplying solar energy to the local community. I thought it was Kenya Power and Lightning. It's just a private company and even charges the local people. This is a foreign company. These are things that Kenyans can do for themselves. So energy costs will go down by half. More people will come and set up the industries in Kenya because things are cheaper. On my manifesto, my third pillar is healthcare. Healthcare has to be free for everyone. So my government, what it does, it just funds it staffs hospitals, it gives drugs, while the counties build the buildings, build the dispensary hospitals. But as we staff, the central government staffs, gives me and delivers medicine to the hospitals. They're like the way it was in the past. Staffing and medical. Yes, and medical is free for anyone. As long as you're a Kenyan citizen, you can work in any hospital, even Nairobi Hospital, okay, the public hospital, Kenyatta Hospital, and get treatment. And ensure that all doctors, nurses, all medical staff are paid very well. They have all the benefits and everything, so that they do a good job. And when I do that, these private clinics, pharmacies will disappear. Because once you work in a hospital, they are medicine. And if someone who's in charge of medicine, if they are not there, they get fired or they face law. So anytime anyone works in a public hospital dispensary, the medicine there's all of them, there are many that cannot even think about. All types of medicine will be there. The staff are paid well. They work there 24 hours. No someone moonlighting with private clinics and yet he or she is employed in public. You have to choose one. And within 3 years, all these private clinics, give pharmacies will go. Because anytime you feel sick, you just walk in any public hospital. First of all, you are checked. There's someone who's just employed. The people who are there 24 hours just to check your blood pressure, to check your vitals, whether you want to be treated or not. So we'll have a healthy nation. And then security. Kenyans, the police force will have to be paid well, have all the anything that they need, and go for retraining, proper retraining, so that they become a police service, not a police force. And also dealing with these riots, they use rubber bullets and tear gas that don't, tear gas like bombs. That one will end. Like in America, they use tear gas, plastic batons. hmm, they know how to safeguard critical government installations. And when people have a demonstration, as long as you inform the police, they'll bring the police band there, and then we'll march with even for 2 hours. The police band is just hitting, singing national songs while you demonstrate and you go home. You know these things of where people use demonstrations, people get killed, hurt, and then shops are looted. That criminality of demonstration, anarchy will end. It will be civil demonstration with police protection. Police will have better terms, better training, better facilities, and they'll feel as if they are valued. Even this housing project will be one for police, where they also get houses and also insurance, everything that appertains to being a police officer will be given. And our police officers will either be driving cars or on motorcycles, no walking around. Even the traffic, they'll be mobile, no walking around. And then number five, transport. You know, the matatu industry in Kenya is very interesting. Kenyan Gen Zs. Back in the early 90s, we had Kenya Bus Service, a bus service that employed many young people then who are young now, they're old like me. There are people who are employed as driver and conductor, inspectors. Those buses used to go to yards like here, I don't know, in Kibera, Dagoretti. They'll be cleaned, be washed by young men and women who will do it the whole night. These days, when you enter matatu, some of them are so dirty, they don't even care to clean. You get even bed bugs. Those buses used to be cleaned. The conductors used to be paid well. They used to know customer service. You know, if you're being paid well monthly, you have insurance, you treat even your customer well. You're not angry, aggressive. So, if I get the opportunity to be president, you ensure that all these matatu circles, you tell them, I want to bring bus service high capacity. Then with the time they repay those as loan, you give them as loan, they repay slowly. But now on one condition, all crew have to be employed full time. I don't know how they'll do it. And if a crew, a driver, conductor has to be dismissed, they are paid even 6 months salary. And that will be in law, not these hypothetical things. Crew, they're employed on full time. If they're fired, they have to get benefits, even 6 months salary. And then also there will be penalties. Any circle that goes against that law is penalized heavily, serious money. So because they'll feel the pinch of the soul, they'll play by the rules. So there'll be high capacity buses, integrated commuter trains connecting Nairobi to the neighboring counties, so that Kenyans can move well, isn't it? And then I needed to add a sixth pillar. I said five pillars, I'll say sixth. This is the most important, you cannot forget agriculture. So my sixth pillar, the way I said, is education, number one, two, energy, number three, healthcare, number four, security, number five, transport. That also includes super highways across the whole country, and also to connecting to neighboring countries. We want to East Africa to be one country. Then agriculture. Agriculture is what will create jobs for the Gen Zs. I've talked about this thing. It's like playing a guitar to a goat. You get this arable land in Ukambani, Masai land, there's no water. You harvest the rain water through the drainage system, integrated drainage system of Nairobi. You also do store water in those counties. You pump the water from Nairobi, from the one that you have stored from the drainage. It goes to the neighboring counties. They do irrigation year all round. They farm year all round. You do value addition, which will give rise to industries, which will employ young men in the industries, supply lines. You export to neighboring countries. You create other products from our animals, leather jackets, leather shoes, leather belts, you name it, so that Kenya becomes a factory of Africa. That's what I'm talking about. That's agriculture, my sixth pillar and the most important. So these things of young men and women not having jobs, or me as a lecturer being paid less and paid well, I just work in one place, do research and look for grants. Not teaching. Some lecturers teach over 10 courses per semester. 10. How do you teach 10? Each one has a minimum of 100 students, 1,000 scripts. How do you mark? Yeah, people are doing us. Lecturers are dying outside here, trying to make that money to support their family. 10 courses. One person is teaching 10 courses, between 8 to 10. You understand? Me, I'm teaching on the lower side, which is like around 5. But majority teach 10, and they're even in more than 4 universities just to survive. That ends. So those are my 6 pillars. If you elect Professor Maima as the president of Kenya in future, that's what I'm talking about, future. That's how, with that, Kenya become a middle income country and everyone will be prosperous. Utajiri kwa wote. Prosperity for all. Utajiri kwa wote. Everyone will be rich, they love money, they live well. Yes. So this is the Professor Maima show. If you have liked what I've said, I want to pray for you that you have a long life, become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. I pray that dreams you have in your mind becomes reality, a good jobs become reality, a grant becomes reality, that loan from the bank becomes reality, those land that you want to buy becomes a reality, that big house you want to build becomes a reality, that partner you're looking for becomes a reality, that family you want becomes a reality, those children you want becomes a reality. So all your heart's desires, good heart desires, become a reality. Also pray for myself to earn big money, to build a big technological university here in Kenya and Africa, produce a product that can be used here in Africa and worldwide, create jobs for these young Gen Zs, to train future entrepreneurs, and to earn money for myself and the Kenyan government. That's my prayer. Amen. And so if you liked what I've said on this video, support our channel through mobile M-Pesa plus 254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa plus 254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.